Hello everybody. In this video we'll talk about string formatting for printing in Python. Usually you will want to insert a variable into a string for printing. For example, name equals Henry, print hello plus name. But there are many ways to format a string for printing different variables in them. This is known as string interpolation. Basically there are two methods to do this. Fstring, then we have dot format method. Okay, so let's jump to Jupyter Notebook and get started. Okay, so let's start by talking about dot format method with basic syntax. Okay, so before executing it, let me explain what is happening here. So as you can see that I've inserted curly brackets in the middle of the string. So here the dot format method basically just grabs the argument that it has been given and then it inserts it in the curly braces. So there are some other things you need to know when you are going to do string formatting. So let's run it. Okay, perfect. But there is also advantage of string formatting in Python, that is that you can use string position to specify what/which string you want to insert in the curly braces. This can be useful when you want to insert many things inside of a string. Let me show you an example of this. So here the dot format function is basically going to insert the strings that I have provided it in the brackets into the curly braces. Now after executing it, basically what happens is that the dot format method is going to insert these strings in the same order you have provided them into the curly braces. Let me show you something here now. Let's rerun the cell. As you can see that the string white is being executed first. So what I've done here is that I have provided the index position of white in the curly braces, which is 1. But also you can repeat the same string that is provided in the dot format function many times. Let's see an example of this. Okay, so as you can see that the string black is being repeated twice because I have provided the index position of black in both of these curly braces. Now the other advantage of print formatting of strings in Python is that you can also assign the arguments inside of the dot format function to keywords and then call them later. Because here as I'm working with this, there's no real indication that 0 denotes black. So here as you can see that I'm using keyword for storing these strings. So now I can just go and insert those keywords into the curly braces. So again, if you want to repeat the string that is being formatted, I can just go ahead and repeat the keywords twice. Now I want to finish talking about dot format method. I'll talk about float formatting with the format method. Basically this allows you to adjust the width and precision of your floating point number. In case if you are wondering what these hashtags are, they are just simply comments. When you use comment in Python, the line that is being commented is being ignored by the Python interpreter. We will learn about them in the future videos, so let's focus here for now. Let's start off by creating a variable and call it result, which will be equal to 22 divided by 7. Execute it. Now let's call the variable and see if it has been initiated. Now what we can do is that when we are going to print the variable result out, we can change the level of precision we want and even change the width of the number too. So what basically is happening here is that I'm printing a string first. After that I'm formatting it with the variable result and assigning it to R. Then in the curly braces, I'm calling the variable that it has been assigned, which is result. Then I've inserted a colon, and after that I've specified the width equal to 1. Then I've placed a dot after it and then the level of precision that we want. Then I've inserted an F in the end to tell Python that we are doing float formatting with floating point numbers. Let's execute it. Alright, now let's imagine that I want only the first 3 places past the decimal point. So I want 1, 4, 2 only. What I can do is just go here and change the precision level to 3. Rerun it. Okay, perfect. Now you may be wondering what exactly is width. So let me show you an example of it. So basically I've increased 1 to 10. So let's run the cell and see what is going to happen. So as you can see that the space between the actual string and the formatted string has been increased. The reason for that is because that the width basically describe how long or how wide you want this entire string to be. Now let's talk about literal methods. It's just basically a quick way to do print formatting with strings. Let's see an example of it here first. So here you will notice something, and that is that I'm using f before actually initiating the string. This actually describes that you want to do string formatting. After that, I have inserted curly braces and then the name of the variable that I want to format. To be honest, this is a very convenient way when you want to do some quick formatting with strings. Let's see another example of this. Although I prefer both of these techniques because they will come in handy in different situations. Now that's it for this video. If you have any question, you can always go to the comment section and ask your question or doubts there. I'll try to answer them as soon as possible.